My name is Robert. I was experiencing back pains for about 2 years. The way to explain it is, the better word in English would say excruciating. I would have trouble sitting for a long time. So if I sat for like 15 minutes, I would have to stand up, I would have to stretch. And I used to have pains just above my groin area, to the point that when it started to pain, I would need an injection. So even for that, I had many tests, ultrasounds, whatever, but yeah, they saw nothing. So like I said, it was excruciating. So I went to see a doctor. I did an MRI scan, and the results said I have degenerative disease. So it was surprising for him, because that's usually something for a very like an older person, like from people in their 50s, etc. So
maybe I think the results are on the screen, and I'd just like to welcome Doctor to just tell us a bit about what this disc degenerative thing is.
Good morning, church. So the diagnosis that our brother has given is the degenerative disc disease. So the discs that we are referring to are the discs between the bones of the spine. So these discs, in a normal person, they support the spine. They act like a cushion or a shock absorber. So there's a flexibility that it gives to the spine during movement, but also when one engages in exercises or movements, it absorbs the strain that comes to the spine. So now, in a person whereby the discs are diseased, they fail to perform these functions. So hence, one experiences the excruciating pain that he speaks of, because there is what we call muscle spasms. So to him, he feels as this severe pain.
Thank you, doctor. So after you were given this diagnosis, what was the advice from the doctor or the treatment that you were put under?
Okay, so I was given medication, some muscle relaxants, some dakuchua. And also I was told to do physiotherapy. So yeah, I was doing that, and to some point it was helping. And also there were some things I was told not to do. I was told to not exercise, because I used to exercise at the time. So I was told to limit my exercising, maybe some what do you call fast-paced walking. That's the only thing I could do. So no running, no jogging. Every time that, even when I wanted to pick up something, I had to specifically squat. So I pick it up, or else if I bend a couple of times and I forget, and my back would start to hurt again.
So is that the normal expression of what's been described?
Exactly, because now these cushions are what helps now the spine to be able to absorb the shock or the strain that comes with these movements. So when they're diseased now, that flexibility, that protection to the spine is impaired, and that's why he was failing to perform these normal activities.
So you were on physiotherapy, you were on drugs. What was your experience with the physiotherapy? Was it helping? What was your experience with the drugs?
Okay, the physiotherapy was helping to some point, and some points it was just okay, let me give you an example. For example, have you ever been lifting something for a long time? Tuseme labda ulikuwa unabeba gunia la mahindi, maybe for a whole day. So there are some muscles, like all around your back, the muscles are aching. So the physiotherapy would be, hard pressing of those muscles and stretching and all that. So even the physiotherapy in itself, in helping, it was still very painful. And even afterwards, after the physiotherapy, I would be very tired. So in terms of in terms of the medicine, they made me feel nauseous, lazy. I was sleeping all the time, so to a point where I just dropped them because I could not work. I was just sleeping all the time, feeling lazy all the time. So yeah, it was even limiting my normal day-to-day activities.
And what has happened since then?
So on Deliverance Sunday, I came to church. I think, first of all, I think I didn't even know it was Deliverance Sunday. So in the morning, I woke up as always. To explain this to you, it's like you go to sleep to rest, right? But I wake up in the morning feeling twice as tired. So for me to even wake up and go do my daily activities, there were some routines I was given on stretching and all that. So I would have to be on the floor or in bed doing those stretches for at least an hour. So that's where I could feel some relief to like get from my room and say, okay, let me go and do something. So on that day I woke up the same, very tired, exhausted, but I think mdogo wangu akaniambia like, are you going to church? And I was like, no. So I don't know, somehow I just got the strength to come to church. So when we started the service, we started by praying about altars. So like I said, apart from not being able to sit for more than 15 minutes, even to stand for a long time, it was also a problem. So I have to have intervals. So sit for 15 minutes, stand maybe for 5 minutes, then, it was like that. So even in church, like there was a time, the pain was so much that I used to come with a pillow to church. So ningekuwa nakaa na mto, that would at least help me. So on that day, I remember when we were praying and he was saying, lift your hands, and I was lifting my hands, and it was very hard because to lift my hands for more than 3-5 minutes.
It's all right, my brother. We're testifying of the victory in this place.
Don't worry, these are tears of joy.
So what happened later?
So as we continue praying, I was getting strength, and slowly I was feeling a certain change, the tiredness reducing. So we'll continue praying. And then when a man of God came to me, when he started to pray for me and he laid his hand on me, I just felt a complete shock, like I lost all strength, and I dropped to the floor. And as he was continuing administration, I was feeling some pain in my right foot. So, and leading to that, just before that, I started to have these knee pains. So even nikikaa dakika 5, nikiinuka, ushakuwa muda mrefu huja squat, then you go to the gym and squat like, how you would feel, eh? So that's how I felt every time I sat. Kwa nikikaa lazima mguu wangu uwe nimeunyoosha. Ila when I bend it for maybe like 2 minutes, nikao stretch, that's the pain that I would feel kama nilikuwa nafanya squatting exercises. So after that I felt so much pain to the point that nilikuwa nasikia kama kiatu kinanibana, and I took off my shoe, and as that was like after he left me. So I just continued praying while I was still down there. When I got up, going back, it's like you are carrying gunia la mahindi, alafu yani ndio hilo umelishusha.
Oh, come on, people of God. Oh, come on, people of God.
So even with that, I was in some kind of disbelief because
You know how deeply it has impacted someone when a young man like this sheds tears in front of people. But as he said, they're tears of joy. Come on. It is well, my brother.
It's just that maumivu yalikuwaga makali sana. I never explained to anyone how they felt because first of all, mimi I'm not someone to share my problems na kushare ugonjwa. And also, the only people that I do share things with ni labda familia yangu. But pia sikupendaga labda ile mtu anakuona huruma all the time yeah. So yeah. So after that I was in disbelief because mimi I used to believe in the power of healing, but I did not believe it for me. Honestly.
I love the transparency of my brother in this place.
And whenever I saw someone get healed, truly I was happy, but nilikuwa ni sioni kama it can happen for me. Umeona eh? So I'm sorry. So when that happened, I was hata kuendelea kupray or kupraise, nilikuwa tu nimejibanza kwenye kikona pale just thinking, am I good? Nikawa na stretch again. Nikawa nasema au basi tu mimi mwenyewe nimejipumbaza tu, nimejitrigger just in my mind. But yeah, so that's how I felt, and honestly, not only in terms of physical pain, because the way I felt, have you ever felt like they say you're carrying the world on your shoulders? So I was feeling like I was carrying so much regret, so much pain, so much anger on people. So I felt all of that, imetoka kila things ambazo nilikuwa nimeshikilia in my life, watu ambao nilikuwa nimewashikilia rohoni, I felt like I left everything and I was just completely at peace.
Oh, come on, let's celebrate Jesus in this place. Total deliverance. Deliverance from pain, deliverance from sickness, but also deliverance in every aspect. This is just incredible. I believe we remember the brother and the sister. Okay. Our brother is testifying that this week, for the first time in years, he began to exercise again. That the last time he did any kind of exercise, he was literally bedridden, sick afterwards. But this week he began to resume exercise.
Okay.
And he says there was no problem.
And usually, after a long time, when you haven't done exercise, the next day your whole body aches. I woke up completely fine.